Hey guys, this is Steve from HomeGymAddict.com, and today we're going to review the Rogue SML-1 Monster Light Squat Stand. This was the only piece of equipment that I could find on the market that was 6 feet tall and had a Westside hole pattern. So ultimately we went with this for our home gym, which we call the dungeon. And I'll take you through and show you some of the benefits to it, the pros and the cons. So the first thing is this is all 3x3 tubing, I believe. And it's super durable, very sturdy. There's not a lot of hardware when it comes time to assemble. I think I put together the whole thing in less than an hour. Much less than an hour, actually. I mean, there's 4 bolts there, 2, 2, and 4. So, I mean, even if you're a complete moron when it comes to putting things together, you can handle this. One of the things that I like about it is the adjustability. So, like I said before, we have the Westside hole pattern. This is basically the Westside hole pattern where we have 1-inch spacing through the bench and the clean zone, as they call it. We don't do too many cleans here, but we do a lot of benching. So the reason why you need this if you're going to have a home gym is this allows you to set the jcups perfect to your bench setup, or as close as possible. The rest of the holes have 2-inch spacing, and if you've ever benched inside of a power rack, you'll know what I'm talking about when I tell you that it's difficult to bench based on the settings that are given to you. Usually you'll find something that is either too high and it's going to take you out of your arch and your shoulders basically being retracted and set up onto your traps, or it's too low and you end up having to basically triceps extension the bar out, and neither is optimal. The other nice thing about it is the safety arms. When you get set up to bench, the safety arms are set up in that same Westside hole pattern, so you have a lot of adjustability, so you don't have to worry about the safety arms being way too high so you're going to smash into them, or so low that it's not effectively going to save you in the event that you miss a lift. I'll go through, show you the jcups, which I think are really nice. This is our Texas power bar. I've got to put down here. The jcups have this plastic insert right here. It just helps to extend the life of your bar that you're using. It doesn't scuff it up because it's not metal on metal. The nice thing about the jcups is it's just a twist and remove system. There's no bolts, so you're not screwing anything together. It's very fast. So if you have a training partner that is not the same height as you, for example, when Jillian and I squat or bench, it makes changing rack heights very easy. You don't have to get out any tools. You just simply untwist the jcups, set them in. I'll get this Texas power bar out of the way again. Now, the spotter arms offer the same system. It's that same twist and basically pick the right hole, put it back in. They also offer this locking pin right here that helps to secure everything. To be honest, I leave them out just because it makes setup that much faster. Spotter arms are extremely durable. There's a lot of surface area to displace any weights that you'll miss. And I have to be honest, I haven't missed any bigger weights on these arms. The most that I've missed has been a 225-pound front squat, which the arms held up fine for that. They're rated for, the whole system is rated for over 1,000 pounds, so I don't doubt that there wouldn't be any issues. But I haven't missed any squats on these spotter arms, you know, that were in upwards of 400 pounds. So I'm not going to say that it works great because I don't know yet. I'm sure I'll miss one at some point and then I guess get back to you. Now, the pros, which I basically stated already, the ease of adjustability. It's incredibly durable. It's the only rack that I think you'll be able to find for the price range for a low ceiling that I would trust. Okay, the cons, and there's a few. I mean, this wouldn't be a review without any cons, at least not an objective review. The first thing I think people are going to complain about is the fact that Rogue has a base package for everything, and the spotter arms, the band pegs that you see down here, those are all accessories or add-ons. So initially the rack costs $365. By the time you get the spotter arms, you're going to be looking at closer to $500. But I mean, yes, it could be a marketing, scheme by Rogue, in the sense that you've got to buy multiple things. But to be honest, you don't have to buy the spotter arms if you don't want to. I don't know why you wouldn't want them. But if you're looking for a decent rack that's not crap off Amazon, then good luck finding something under $500. Because I'll be perfectly honest, a Westside hole pattern in a 6-foot squat stand is difficult to find anyway. So, if that's one of the biggest cons, then I think they're doing a pretty good job. I will take you through one thing that might be an issue for some people, and that is the fact that you notice with the uprights, they're set up directly in the middle of the base supports. So this is why this is actually a true squat stand versus why I basically call it a half rack, because it serves as a half rack. But one thing you'll notice is because these uprights are in the middle of the base, there are some issues which I'll show you right now when it comes time to walking out squats. I just want to get this set up so you can see. Okay, so because it's a squat stand and not a full rack or a half rack or anything like that, normally your full rack, your power rack, or your half rack, these uprights are going to be all the way over here. So you have a little bit more room when you're walking out. Now, when we're walking out squats, this could be just a personal technique issue, but it is something that I feel you should know. And again, I haven't missed any back squats yet, so I don't really know how this would work. But you can see that after I set up and I unrack the bar, if I take what I would consider a normal step for a walkout, I'm very close to the end of the spotter arms. So if I were to squat and then want to miss and heave the bar back, which is what you should be wanting to do, I don't know that I am covered by these spotter arms. I think it's going to be really close. And if I were to try and dump the bar, I might actually dump it on the floor. So that could be a technique issue for me personally. Maybe I have to work on taking a smaller step, or it might be a legitimate concern. I mean, if you're training at home, you have a home gym, chances are you're going to miss weights at some time or another. So this is probably my only con about the whole system that Rogue has set up, is I don't know that there's enough clearance. I'm sure that these uprights need to be in the middle of the rack, just for balance and to make sure that it's sturdy. As you can see, I mean, if I push it, it's not bolted to the floor, but if I push it, it's still not going anywhere. So basically that's our review of the Rogue SML-1. One thing I also forgot to mention, the reason I bought it is because the SML-1 is their Monster Light system. There's also a lot of accessories that go with the Monster Light lineup. One in particular is the mini lift hooks that act like a monolift. So I'll be purchasing those shortly to get rid of the jcups, so we don't have to walk out and have that problem as we get closer into meet prep, which I'll do a full review of those when I actually go through and buy them. I just noticed that they just released them. So that's the review of the SML-1. Feel free to check it out on our website. and email us if you have any questions. Thanks.